Mr. Speaker, Congo is facing a constitutional crisis that is putting lives and regional stability at risk. I have been to the Congo on 3 occasions, most recently last year, and we have pressed this issue repeatedly. And sadly, Congo, having historically suffered some of the world's longest and most brutal wars, is all too familiar with violence. And now, while the Congolese people are trying to chart a new path for their country, government leaders are maneuvering to maintain their grip on power in violation of the country's constitution. Congo's constitution is very clear. The transfer of power must happen on December 19th of this year, and that the president is limited there to 2 terms. But President Kabila, in power now for over 15 years, is stonewalling the election process to get around the Constitution. Allowing this crooked plan to proceed without any consequences would set a terrible precedent for democracy and governance throughout the region. President Kabila has shown that he's willing to carry out this plan by any means necessary. Anyone who interferes, opposition figures, human rights figures, peaceful protests, civil society, the media, they risk arbitrary arrest, they risk death. More than 50 people were killed in a 2-day government crackdown in September. But throughout, the Congolese people have made it clear that they want elections, with the vast majority of Congolese opposed to amending the Constitution to allow Mr. Kabila to extend his term. They are determined to express their will at the ballot box, and this resolution puts the House on record supporting the Congolese people in their desire for a peaceful political transition. Mr. Speaker, the House is considering this resolution at a very crucial time. If no clear plan is established for a peaceful transition to power in the coming weeks, analysts fear wide-scale instability and violence. We're already seeing that instability today, and that's threatening to send the international investment that has recently returned to the country away. The Obama administration has recognized the severity of this crisis, establishing an executive order which targets those DRC leaders who impede the democratic transition with sanctions. And this resolution welcomes those sanctions, but also encourages the administration to look at other sanctionable offenses like corruption and like money laundering. The political elites in Congo have long pillaged the country's vast natural resources for their personal enrichment. Putting that wealth at risk might make them think twice about also undermining democracy. That's the kind of leverage that this resolution intends to encourage. And moreover, the resolution recommends that assistance which is humanitarian, we want the humanitarian assistance to continue, but non-humanitarian assistance could potentially be cut if the Congolese government does not change course, does not allow democracy to move forward. The U.S. needs to use any and all leverage it has to use this opportunity to push for timely elections in the Democratic Republic of Congo.